for the pop-up chat.
Yeah.
Right. Right then, so go live there now, and as soon as it comes on, I'll do a little bit of an intro type thing.
No
Apparently
problem.
we are now live. So, lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and tonight I am being joined by my trusty co-host.
Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I could press the bloody button. Sorry. Yeah, hi, it's me, Albert.
From
Click clack pow. You've got to bear with me. I'm not used to pressing this button to have to talk.
Yep. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, as has been the situation over the past couple of weeks, we are still in the process of trying to find out an alternative to Google Hangouts. For some reason, I cannot say Google Hangouts fast. But yes, we are trying to find an alternative, and at this very moment, the best that we have been able to come up with is having Albert in what Discord server in a private chat, in a private section of the chat, because my laptop does not seem to be able to run webcam chat. So there you go. Richie Wong says crank the router all the way to 11. Yes, Richie, we are trying, just tweaking it a little bit every week, seeing what more we can do, and 44 Alexa, 44 Luna, 44 Gaming / editing. I will henceforth refer to you as Alexa. Says, we now have 2 people. Yes, indeed, we do. The plan is that, well, originally the Technical Problem Broadcast, TPB, should have 4 hosts. Unfortunately, one has just entered the world of fatherhood, so is a little preoccupied, but he may be with you. And the other...
Too busy playing with his knobs.
Yes, that's it. He's playing with his knobs at the moment. So, yes, he is rather busy. The Chandy Man is very, very busy at the moment. But we are hoping that he shall return soon. Well, soon, some point. I think he's been pretty busy over the past couple of weeks. Funnily enough, both of them have been. But Colin may be with us. He may not. You like how the other guy's just silent and listening. It's not that he's being silent and just listening, it's that he keeps forgetting to press the push to talk button.
Yeah, I was just talking there and I forgot I've got to press the bloody button.
Albert, just stick some tape on that button or just stick something on and just leave it on all the time.
The only problem there is I'm trying to type something and then talk to you, and every time I'm trying to type something, it keeps coming up the number that I'm pressing.
Yeah. Well, have you got it pressed? Have you got it set to a number key? Then I take it.
Well, I did have it on the space bar, but then every time it kept on beeping. So then I had on H, but then that kept on bringing something else up. So now I've put it on the number 1, but the only problem is I'm trying to post up the link to this on Facebook, and I'm getting just 1.
Yeah. It is a bit of a hassle using push to talk. Now, what I would recommend, in fact, I don't actually have a keyboard there anymore. That's gone. I think I used to use Shift, because then even if you're using Shift, it's not a key that you're using all the time, and it's also one that doesn't actually leave anything on screen when you press it. So, could be a trick.
I'll give it a try.
But you see, now I bought myself a fancy dancy mouse, which, if I can actually get enough cable here, I will show off. Oh no, oh dear. Ah. Hey! I'm back!
You've gone there for a second there.
Yes.
You touched your mouse, didn't you?
No, it wasn't that I touched my mouse. Well, I was touching the mouse. But no, I knocked the Ethernet cable, and this thing is a bit ancient and old. And it's a little bit unreliable. But you know, I won't show my mouse. In fact, I've dropped my phone there. I'll tell you what I will do. Because I can't show my mouse here. I'll post a photo of it to my Facebook page instead. There we go. Right. Photo. Why? Sharpening photo, please steady your device. And yeah, you see, my mouse has extra buttons on it, so if I'm using push to talk, I can click one of those buttons instead.
So you're lagging like hell on YouTube.
Yes, it seems as if it's caught up, but I'm thinking that may have been because of knocking the Ethernet cable there.
Alright, I've tried the command button because that's a bit like that with the Mac.
Yeah. Right then.
Because I have to press that and another button for it to do something, so if I'm just pressing command, it doesn't do nothing. And for all these magic mouses are good, but it's a nightmare where there's just... I don't know if you've ever seen one. There's no buttons. Everything's finger gestures.
Yeah. No, I've not seen one of those ones. I've never used a mouse on a Mac before. So to be honest, I've never used a Mac before. The closest thing to an Apple product I had was an iPhone 4.
Well, if you imagine a mouse with no wire and no buttons on it at all, but the top you can press once, just one click.
Yeah, it's just
but then
one
everything
big
else is and then everything else is two finger gestures. So, like pulling your two fingers apart does one thing, pulling them together does another. Swiping across with one finger does one thing. Swiping across with two fingers does another.
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Well, in theory, it should be brilliant, but I don't know what half the gestures are.
Yeah. Well, I suppose there's still plenty of time to learn, though, isn't there?
Nah.
You're not bothered about learning. Alexa says, I better not actually say that too loud in case my thing downstairs kicks in. Alexa says, I just thought you said Candyman to him and got the biggest grin ever. Oh my god, dirty mind. No, the Chandyman. Chan. The Chandyman don't say too much when he is here. Well, that is also very true, Paul. Yes, that is actually very true. He doesn't. But, well, I suppose now it's going to appear that he says even less. Let's just pretend that the Chandyman is actually here and he'll just be talking as much as normal.
Yeah, I'm taking his spot tonight.
But that's only because of push to talk. Right, so, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we do not actually have all that much to talk about tonight. Because, quite frankly, it seems that there just hasn't been that much going on in the world of paintball over the past week for us to talk about. So, we're going to enlist your help for is there anything that anybody would like to talk about? And the other thing, you see, one of the biggest games of the year is coming up this coming weekend, which is Mayhem. The Mayhem big game. I believe it's the Pacific.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Pacific.
Yeah. Now, I've been told that Mayhem Pacific is one of the best games in the UK and is the game to play at. Now, unfortunately, while everyone else is doing that, I will probably be in this room attempting to film a video that I have been meaning to make for ages but keep getting distracted. And yes, other than that, I will probably be at work. So, everyone feels sorry for us. But, however...
Nah.
Yeah, however, Albert will actually be at the Albert will be at the Mayhem big game. Now, Albert, would you like to detail, or would you like to explain why you should attend the Mayhem big game?
One, value for money. It's not as expensive as some of the big games. You're talking at least 600 players, and the site is just phenomenal. I think it's one of the best sites in the UK. He hasn't, like, you go to some sites and they'll have like one helicopter.
Yeah.
I don't know how many helicopters this guy's got. It's in double figures.
Yeah.
He has this Russian tanks. There's a Hawk jet. There's a Russian cargo plane. He's got a double-decker bus. There's a standing joke that every time he needs a new paintball bunker, he tells his wife he needs a new car.
Yeah.
There's Range Rovers, there's the Discoveries, and also a lot of the stuff that I've been told is props from films.
Yeah.
And I mean, honestly, it's an amazing sight. It really is.
Oh, fantastic.
I'm just trying to pick up some details for it, but
There is actually details on my Facebook page, which big shout out to Dave Brooke Reed for that one. Thank you very much. Dave has recently, I've granted Dave admin rights on, sorry, not admin rights, advertiser rights to my Facebook page, so that he can drop in a few links to games that are coming up. So yeah, thank you very much, Dave, for the help with that one. Now I'm just gonna close something and then reopen something here, because since I knocked my Ethernet cable, I haven't actually been getting updates to the chat. Which is strange, because now that I'm doing that, it's still not updating. But so yeah, so you reckon value for money is one, which I think, you know what paintball is. We are all pretty tight when it comes to cash, so value for money is always a great one. And I believe I've been told before that unlike some games, Mayhem has remained roughly around the same sort of price for quite a number of years now.
yeah, early bird ticket was £60, and I think it's 60. I'm looking for the thing, I can't find it. I think it's £65 if you pay it on the door, or you can get it with a box of paint for cheaper. If you bear with me, I'll.
Fantastic. Richie is saying, is Mouse your nickname for your knob? Richie, how did you know? No, I prefer Acorn. Alexa, I don't know why, but I felt like Candyman, that's how I will now call him, is secretly planning something. He's just so silent, it's satisfying and also scary. Ooh. Well, it is entirely possible that he is planning something, but it's generally not going to be something scary. And now I'm saying generally because sometimes he does come up with quite strange and sometimes slightly terrifying creations. Mostly they're reasonable and useful, but every now and then there is something scary leaves his workshop. But yes, I think, you know, there's quite a lot of people, especially mostly the people that I work with, because I spend a lot of time with them, think that my mind is probably not a safe place to be. I like to think of it as that I'm reasonably chaotic. I think Chan is probably reasonably straightforward and organised. Good evening there, Gassy. Alexa says he got shot in the arse yesterday while playing paintball. So how's my week going? Well, my week is going fantastic. Albert, how about you?
Fine if I kept on remembering to press this bloody button.
Richie says good evening back to Gassy there. And Gassy says he can try the new and improved Sniper, Albert. Yes, I believe that Chan has done some work to that.
Yeah, he's also got some Inception design gear on it.
Which I didn't even realise that Inception were doing pump stuff for the Sniper.
Oh yeah, you name it. You can practically rebuild your entire gun with all Inception design gear. From the hammer to the sear to the pump guide.
Yeah,
you name it.
So he's smoothed it all out and made it all nice and buttery.
By all accounts, yep. But as per usual, because it's in America, the parts aren't cheap.
Yes, of course. Although, talking of cheapness, apparently, in fact, not even apparently, it is true Anskia are doing a sale at the moment. They're getting rid of a lot of their old stock. So if anyone's interested in building things like old autocockers or building up a custom autococker, buying old parts from markets that you might not be able to, that might not be sort of the mainstream anymore, but still popular, go over, check out Anskia. You might be able to pick yourself up some bargains and build yourself something cool. I mean, Albert, if you're wanting to, like, if you were wanting to build something, because I know you've been interested in the cocker for a while, but if you were wanting to build something from scratch that would be totally unique, now is the opportunity. Anskia, will you please send us some stuff? Please, free,
Yeah.
just free, just
Yeah, exactly. If it was free, then yeah. But as per usual,
yeah.
money.
Oh yes, I know. I well and truly know the feeling. Yeah, yes. No, I really wish it grew on trees.
Can it for the life of me find Dave Brooke Reed's post he put on your?
You won't. It will actually show as that I've posted it on my Facebook page, or it'll show us a Dexter's Paintball Lab post.
Yeah, I can't find it.
It should be on there. Right, Gassy says the game areas are the best in the country, if not Europe. Well, you can see now, Gassy, I'm gonna have to come down next year, and I'm gonna have to check this for myself, because I am yet to hear anybody say anything bad about Mayhem. It just seems like it's everybody that everyone that I've talked to has said nothing but praise for the place, and I mean that's not exactly very common for people in the UK paintball scene for people to just praise somewhere, and yet you're not hear negative stuff. Now maybe I've just been blinded, and it just so happens that I'm completely surrounded by people that love the place, but I take that as the sign of a very, very good site. If you don't ever hear anything bad about the place, can you take that as anything but amazing?
Well, for starters, it's got proper plumbed-in toilets.
Yes.
It has a shower. It has showers.
Yeah.
Now that they're straight away, you know what I mean. That's big for paintball in the UK.
Yeah.
But then it like literally has something for everyone.
Yeah.
You've got a sub airfield. You've got the woods. You've also got the new shipment that obviously I haven't played yet, but yeah, you've got the You've got the new shipment.
Yes.
Zone.
Yeah. That's based on the shipment map from Call of Duty, or
yes,
COD 4 specifically.
I mean, it's got 5 areas that is purely just for laser tag. I know we don't use the laser tag, but this is how big the site is.
Yeah.
That's all they're there for, is just for that. And like you say, the amount of Land Rovers, helicopters, and what I like is at a distance, it looks like this Land Rover has a 50 cal on the back of it. When you get up close, you realise, no, it's just somebody who's really good at welding, bit of box metal, tubing on it, handles. But you imagine the rental people are going nuts for it, because they're sitting in the back of a Land Rover with a 50 cal.
Yeah.
Or GPMG, but literally it's not. And like I say, it's got a massive. There's one area, the rocket launcher. It's just ridiculous. And the Russian tanks. And we're not talking plywood makeshift things. We're talking, this is actual tanks.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, that's
the fort is huge. It's a massive area in the woods.
Yeah.
It has a street with a McDonald's post office.
Yeah.
All right, when you just with the overturned car in the middle of it.
Yeah.
It's
a post-apocalyptic sort of thing.
And then you've got a massive open area where they've got anti-aircraft guns, artillery guns.
Yeah.
Like I say, they've got a cargo plane.
Yeah.
Buses. There's a village area. I mean, yeah, it is. And the guy knows what he's doing. You know how you go into some sites and they just don't play.
Yes.
Like he's dumped a load of stuff down and just hope that it works.
Yeah.
No, these areas are planned out, and it really plays really well.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's got something for everybody. If you want to play in the woods, you can play in the woods. If you want to play on the sub airfield, you can play on the sub airfield. And this is literally on the big game. They actually have the sub air erected, and it is part of the big game.
Yeah.
So you're actually pushing from the woods into a sub air field, and then from a sub airfield you go into the hay bales,
Yeah.
and then from another bit you're going into a mounds game.
Yeah.
Because they open up the whole area, and it's like I say, if you want to be a stickler and just play the sub air all day, you can. Yeah,
That's kind of cool.
And it's floodlit.
Yeah, so you can actually stay out and play for even longer as well.
The sub air part, yes. There was lads last year. I think they were playing sub air till about nearly 10 at night, 10, 11 o'clock at night.
That's awesome. The thing is, I've played in those sort of with floodlights on a sub airfield before, and when that sort of time of night, and it's amazing the difference, because when you're playing when it's semi darkness and you can't actually see the balls coming in at you, you can, when you're playing like during the day, you can see balls when traveling in the air, but you just can't see those at night, and it makes you it means that you've got to change your play style. There's no just standing out and having a bit of peek over bunkers and stuff. But
yeah, it is good. Like it really is.
Yeah, it is one that I'm definitely going to have to get down and play at. Alexa says he's also going to be at the big game. Albert, he's coming for your silent booty.
Kinky.
There you go, Albert. That's an offer you don't get every day. Right, but yeah, I believe Mayhem they've actually got a Harrier jump jet in the safe zone, haven't they?
No, it's not a Harrier jump jet. I call it a Harrier jump jet just to pay off one of my teammates. It's actually a Hawk.
Semantics. It's a fly thing. It's a fighter plane.
But one of my teammates he's really into his military stuff.
Yeah.
And I just say that because I know it really winds him up.
Yeah.
Oh look, there's a Harrier jump jet. It's not a Harrier jump jet. So I just do it even more. I get people, total strangers. I go, oh look, have you seen that? Look, it's a Harrier jump jet. Yeah. And then you get them all going, oh yeah, look, and you can see it really grating on them, and I just love it.
All the more fun. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to say, military vehicles on paintball sites aren't a new thing. Now we've all been to sites where they've got like a helicopter in a game zone, or they might have like maybe it's not military, but there'll be like a plane in a game zone somewhere, or there'll be like a couple of there'll be a couple of wagons roughly somewhere. Like I think Paintfest has like a convoy section, don't they? It's generally when you head out in the game zone, you turn right and there's like a convoy. But from what I've seen, the difference with Mayhem is it's not just a couple of logistical vehicles. And they like say if you look at the Delta Force sites, they may have a tank, but it'll be one that actually does still run, and it'll be in the safe zone, and that'll be about it. For that to be actual tanks, tanks. For that to be planes, helicopters, all this sort of stuff, and actually be in the game zone, and that to be multiples, does seem to be a very sort of rare thing when it comes to paintball sites.
He has one area. It's called Convoy.
Yeah.
And it's either 6 or 8 Russian tanks all in a line.
See, that's pretty cool. That is undeniably pretty damn awesome.
So this isn't Dave Reed's posting, but I found a one. It's saying 600 plus players, free camping, bar open Friday evening, excellent catering on site, NXL sub airfield, UK's largest trading, including BZ, Vulcan, Just Paintball, GI, plus many more. UK marshalling team. They were the marshal team for the last 2 year running. Real toilets and brick showers. There'll be 4,500 and 3,000 per site fill, which it does every year without fail. You go to some places and we've got 4.5, and you don't. You're lucky if you get 3. I've never yet had not been, and there's been 4.5 fills. Games running throughout the day and night, Friday and Saturday, including the big game on the Sunday. So there's 2 days of free use of the sub air. This year
Nice.
featuring a cash prize tournament.
Very nice.
Numerous paid photographers,
Yeah.
mag-fed games on various fields throughout the weekend.
Mhm.
The most intense gunfight during the Sunday epic encounter with tanks,
Yeah.
APCs, Memorial Town helicopters. Quite simply, one of
Yeah.
the most amazing playing fields you'll ever see.
Yes.
Which, yeah, it is without a doubt. Tickets are £69 per person or £95 with a box of paint.
£95 with a box of paint. It's
Yep.
hard to beat that. I mean, a box of paint on average is going to run you about 30 quid anyway. And let's face it, most players are going to want about a box of paint for, even if you're playing Magfed, you're probably going to want a box of paint for a full weekend. I mean, okay, maybe not quite a full box of paint, but a box of paint, something they included in the ticket price, is pretty damn
rental, good. Yeah, and rental a tenner.
Yeah, so you can get rental gear for an extra tenner.
Yep.
Yeah, which chances are, I'll admit, I don't know what the rental gear is. It could be fantastic, but realistically, most sites when they do have like a rental ticket, you're not gonna get state of the art gear, but the gear will be fantastic. The gear will be pretty standard in what you'll get, and chances are it's probably going to be something along the lines of best case scenario, Planet Eclipse EMEC. Now, that's not a guarantee. That's a best case scenario. But possibly things like Tipman 98s, Infernos, possibly Piranhas, although I don't think there's many sites even use them anymore. What's it, the FT12 that a lot of sites use now for rental stuff? So
yeah, a lot of the sites use FT12.
Which, the FT12, I believe, is pretty much just the same internals that are used in the Tipman TMC, aren't they?
Yes.
Which a hell of a lot of players actually swear by. So, you're going to be getting pretty good gear, and you're going to be able to go out and play it the full weekend. Now, you see, the beauty with rental gear, though, is that you don't have to be the one that works on it if anything goes wrong. You just hand it back in and give me a new one, please. At times, I miss the simplicity of using rental gear. Not working, take it away, slave, give me a new one.
I used to always laugh when I marshalled when they used to say, "Can I have?" When they used to ask for a different gun, and they're all the same.
Yeah,
I'll have a sniper. Yeah, I'll have a machine gun. Oh, I want the 50 cal. Yeah, you go. There you go. There you go. And all the same.
Yeah. Oh, this one's got a longer barrel. That makes it a sniper. Yeah. So, what we've got? Alexa saying that Chan's planning world domination, which is entirely possible. I believe he has probably got the mind for it. Gassy says Trigger, Pump Guide, Seer, and Hammer. I'm assuming that's everything that has been swapped. So very nice. Is it what's different about the hammer? Because generally most Cocker hammers are pretty much all the same unless it's been polished or anything like that. Although I think the only hammer that I've seen that's majorly different is one that I bought and it does nothing for us, which is a Delrin coated hammer. And yeah, it just didn't impress us. Alexa says, could I sing Ra Ra Rasputin, Russia Smollett's Uwu Bean? I'm not going to sing it, but I did see it. God. Oh, man.
Sorry about that. I keep on forgetting to press the button.
Oh, that's fine, man. You'll get used to it. Gassy.
Oh.
Yeah. Gassy says the Ansgear Cocker parts sale is disappointing to say the least. Yeah, but you see, you buy the sort of not that impressive gear, and then you give it a chance to work his magic on and turn it into something impressive. Although I believe Chan does have like a booking list now. So if you want work done by the Chandy Man, you pretty much have to book in. Gassy again. Unless he wants Anne's gear eye covers or 3-ways. If so, then fill your boots and cart. Oh, is that pretty much all that's left now, is it? The eye covers might not be too bad. The 3-ways, I'll probably give a miss. Good evening there, Craig. It's pleasant to see you. Now, are you going to return to paintball, or are you just going to stay on your push bike? Gassy says the crashed plane. I've lost it. The crashed planes may have something to do with the airfield next door. Could be down to luck on Mayhem, part and bad luck on the pilots. Well, that would be quite convenient if it was just planes keep crashing in the game zone and leaving new bunkers. I think if it hasn't already been done, Mayhem are really missing a trick. If there's an airfield next door, they should leave skeletons in the cockpits of all of the crashed planes. Just to like freak people out.
One year we were witness to a free stunt plane show. The guy was up doing loop-the-loops and bloody all sorts.
Yeah. Was that because he could see that he had a huge audience down below?
Might have been, but it was good to watch.
That is pretty cool. But Gassy says that's why there's no smokes or flashbangs are allowed, as there's lots of horses around.
Yeah, I never thought. Yeah, you don't get no smoke or flashbangs. Yeah.
I would say, looking at the site, that I've noticed that there does seem to be a lot of hay bales around as well.
Yes.
Which would probably explain, it would be another addition as to no smokes or flashbangs. Obviously, pyrotechnics, they're gonna cause a flame, or they're gonna cause heat in most situations. I know Mayhem's normally a very hot weekend. If you get dry hay bales and pyrotechnics, it's not probably going to be such a good combination. So I totally understand that one. It's a little bit disappointing because I know that it seems that there's... I don't want to see open spaces because there's bunkers. There is a lot of bunkers. But, you know, with not having like tree cover and stuff like that, it does seem a little bit disappointing that you can't really have smokes, but it's also really understandable. And Gassy saying hello to Craig of Jockland. Alexa, all people coming in saying like evening, good evening, like being respectful. Me being a German normally just come in like what's this? Here was right. Here was get ich Kartoffeln. Or is das Bier Alter? I have no idea what that means, and I hope I have not just praised something that is I hope whatever I've just said it was respectful.
God knows.
Yes, I only know a couple of things in German. Aside from hello, I only know a couple of things in German, and they are not to be repeated in polite company because they are things I've learned from war films.
I was thinking the puppies. I wouldn't be surprised if you even picked it up from porn films.
No, that's a lot different stuff. That.
The only German I know.
Yeah. You see, the stuff that like when you're joking about that, the stuff that I know is from like the episode of South Park where Cartman sees his mum in a German Shizer porn video.
Nice.
Yeah, I believe it's something like, "Ma'am, have you ever been in a German Shizer porn? No snookums?"
Right, unless Gassy can tell us different, I'm on Inception Design's website and I can't find what the difference in the hammer is. It just says heavy hammer upgrade kit, but it doesn't tell you actually what.
It could just be that it's a heavier hammer. Obviously, if it's a heavier hammer, then it'll open the valve a bit better. without having to decrease the resistance of the valve spring. But surely then would also have to slightly increase the force on the mainspring. So I don't know. Maybe Chan, if he's then again Chan's busy, isn't he? But Gassy may be able to explain this a little bit better. Craig, Colin, as far as I'm aware, we haven't heard from him today. Well, I think we heard from him briefly, but didn't get a response if he was joined with tonight or not. But yes, I am fairly confident he is busy dealing with poo at the moment. I believe that at that stage of life, that his child's that is, they pretty much eat, sleep, and poop. That's about it. I've been told. Unfortunately, this is something I will confirm or deny in the next few months.
Right, I've found some information on the hammer.
Right, go on.
Polished stainless steel hammer that moves the cocking point further back, so the gun will only cock when the bolt is cleared the breech, allowing the next bolt to drop. This helps prevent shock stroking in both the Empire Sniper and the Empire Resurrection.
All right.
The hammer is 10% heavier than the stock hammer, which means also that it goes back to the AVG approximately flush with the back of the gun, so you're getting the full velocity.
Right.
With the pump gun, this means that the pump stroke to cocking the gun is lighter and smoother.
Right. I don't see why increasing the weight would make the bolt make the hammer go further back. But hey, if I trust what Simon from Inception says.
Yeah,
so
he does know his stuff like.
Oh yeah, he knows a hell of a lot more than I do. So if he says that it works, then I'm prepared to take his word that it works. Yeah, that's it. Simon from Inception, the bloke seems to be pretty damn smart. So yeah, if he says it works, I will take that it works.
And I know the other thing, the pump guide, it's fully fluted, which reduces friction, and is polished stainless steel, making it stiffer and more rigid inside the machine, and provide extra volume compared to the stock part, slightly shorter than the stock, allowing for a longer, smoother pump stroke, reducing the risk of not having a fully pumped gun when auto-triggering.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah, makes sense.
I can't remember what other thing he said he bought.
It was trigger. Hang on, I'll scroll back up here. Right,
I've got that many things open.
Yeah. Well, now you see, ladies and gentlemen, I am using Albert to for information, so that I don't have to have loads of things open, and the stream runs smoother. The stream flows. Be like water. Right. Trigger, pump guide, sear, and hammer.
The sear. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The sear on a is it a slider frame on the Empire Sniper?
Whoa! Now you're asking the wrong person.
I'm sure it's a slider frame because it's only a single trigger, and there doesn't seem to be enough room for there to be a hinge in there. Because generally, the smallest hinge you can go to is the one that you get on the trilogy, which is a 1.5 finger trigger. 1.5 trigger figure.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah. Alexa says, on Colin's birthday, you give him poo as a gift. Not quite.
Nice.
Gassy says he loves poo, never believed it could come in so many colours and consistencies. Yeah. I've heard that's the case with little ones.
You've got it all to come to, Dex.
Yes, if it's not coming out of one end, it apparently comes out the other. Right. Gassy says, heavier cock and point further back and means you can run the back cap velocity adjuster flush. Right. Yeah, so that makes sense, yeah. The IVG can be closed, they can be dialed further out. Because with the hammer being further back, that's the same tension on the spring without the IVG having to be wound as far in. If I understand that right.
Yeah, and like Gassy said, we can use my sniper as comparison because mine's totally stuck.
All right. Well, in that case, I think you need to see if you can get that on video. Then, like the comparison of, or even if you can just shoot his this weekend, Albert, on Monday, then you're gonna have to explain to her what the difference is.
I will try.
Yeah. Well, give it a go. And let me know.
I've got a decent enough camera on my phone. It's just getting someone to be on the other end of.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure somebody will hold it for you. Or Cheryl might have a hold of it for you. That was meant to sound a lot more innocent than it sounded.
I'm used to you now.
No, that genuinely was meant to sound a lot more innocent than it sounded. It wasn't until I'd already said it that I realised how bad that sounded.
How much of a cringer it was.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, Gassy, and I'm sorry, Cheryl.
You're not really.
Oh, well, no. I do. I feel that. No. Right. Alexa says, "Oh my god, I made you talk German." Oh, and it said, "Hey there, what's going on, you potatoes? Where's the bear man?" All right then. Well, at least it wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been.
I'd have getting you to see it a lot worse.
Yeah, I know you would have. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Gassy says, Albert will be the test. His sniper is stock and he has used it for ages, so you'll feel the difference and report back. Yes, my thinking exactly there, Gassy. And he also says, it's a roller SCR, Albert, so that is a very nice touch. It should be nice and smooth there. Nice smooth trigger pull. And says, stop it, Cheryl can hear you. As I said, my apologies. I was trying to be nice and innocent. Unfortunately, I'm well and truly corrupted. Right. So then, what else have we got to talk about today? Is there anything else that you would like to cover about Mayhem?
No, I think I've. Yeah, no.
Right. Well,
yeah.
There is.
I've basically covered everything. Oh, yeah. There's a live band. They always have a live band on a Saturday night.
That's a nice touch.
And there's the Glow Stick Wars.
Glow Stick Wars. Now that one is one that you're going to have to explain a little bit more. Is it as simple as it sounds?
Basically, when it gets dark, God knows how many thousands of glow sticks, and they're throwing them about at each other.
That sounds
quite funny because the first year it happened, the band actually commented that he's never been at a gig before when all he saw was people's backs, because we all had our backs turned to the band, picking these glow sticks up, and there was like two groups of us, one lot chucking the glow sticks and then the other lot chucking them back at us.
Yeah, sort of like a glow stick version of dodgeball when nobody left.
It just looks really good in the dark. You imagine when they're throwing the sticks up in the air.
I imagine it probably looks a bit like some kind of blaster fight from Star Wars.
If I remember rightly, Soho 52 did a lot of photos one year of the glow stick.
It sounds pretty good.
I say I love it. It's a hell of an event. It's one of the events that I've always said I'd not miss. It is a distance for me to travel, but
Yes.
I think it's worth it because
Yeah.
it is. That was it. This is the site. Also, will it be in close to London? Obviously not at the big game, but they have had a lot of celebrities using that facilities.
Yeah.
God knows how many football clubs. Madonna.
Is that by any
there's a
chance
few.
the site that Bill Bailey? Oh no, that's YPC that Bill Bailey's played at, isn't it?
No, he's played at that site as well.
Oh right, right. So I know Bill Bailey is actually is a celebrity who frequents paintball sites relatively regular.
And also, there's my favourite room in the UK at Mayhem,
Yes.
and that's where registration, where he has all the old style guns all on the wall. And I don't think he's doing it no more now, but a few years ago, he did say if anybody could name every single gun, I think it was £100 cash prize. He said, obviously, I don't think he's doing it now.
Yeah,
it was a few years ago, but it was a bit of a bogus one because he did let on afterwards that a couple of the guns that were on the wall never saw the light of day, and they were total prototypes.
See, the fact that there's stuff in there that's like prototype gear just makes me want to see what's in there even more.
I tell you what, I will live stream the video of the room for you for definite.
Nice one.
Or record it to be shown on here anyhow.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
Because obviously, what I could do there, I know we were having problems with the other side, but if I send it to you, would you be able to play it?
If you sent it to me, then I probably could. The other one is if you just wanted to record it and show it on for the Click Clack Pew page, I could just stream it from the Click Clack Pew page.
Right, no problem.
Just I know it's like at the minute it's not ideal, but no, it's an option. Alexa wants to know if we can get you to sing something, Albert.
Not a chance.
Yeah. Don't particularly have the best singing voices.
Definitely not. You do not want to hear me sing.
You know,
bad enough listening to me talk.
I say that, but you know, in the right circumstances, I've got no problem with singing. Right now, I don't really feel like singing, but if you find us at an event, you'll probably hear us before you see us. Yeah. What was it, Albert?
I've been told that it will love any impersonation of a cat being strangled.
Oh, right. What was it that I was actually singing at before I went on one of the games at GCC?
Oh God. Now you got me thinking.
Yeah.
I remember you had the Marshall in apps. He was practically crying. I know.
Yeah, I try my best.
Oh, yeah, it's going to do me head in now.
Alexa says, Albert, please, I'll give you a cookie. Ooh.
No.
Alexa,
definitely not.
Alexa, can you please stop making us say ooh?
Oh, what were you singing?
I can't remember now.
It's really going to do my head in now.
Albert, one for you. Have you ever played Anzio Camp?
No.
Right. Because apparently, in fact, well, I'm saying apparently, well, OMG seems like they've secured Anzio Camp again for more Magfed games. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what the game actually is. If you give us a sec, it's OSP 2 on the horizon, according to the OMG events page here. Red Kite Security.
Arkwood? Yeah, is that what Arkwood? Yeah, I noticed that on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've never played. See, It's because, I'm not saying I would never play a Magfred only event, but I don't have a Magfred gun.
Well, no, that's the
And
thing. Like, you're saying that, and I'm pretty much in the same sort of situation myself. The closest thing I've got to a Magfred gun is my HDR 50, which, to be fair, I haven't actually used in months now. In fact, I think it was earlier on this year that the last time I used it. Anyway, that's the closest thing I've got to a Magfred marker. But I know that Paul is fine with players using things like normal markers, but using stick feeds. So things like phantoms, or you'd probably be fine with you using your Empire Sniper, as long as you are using the stick feed on it.
what the hell's a pink fluffy unicorn dance?
Well,
Alexis just put, I walked onto a paintball field with a unicorn head on top and started singing in the top of my lungs, the pink fluffy unicorn dancing on a rainbow.
I'm not familiar with that song.
No, I'm not. No.
But
Is that one that Queen did?
I don't believe it's one that Queen did. No. It could have been a Queen song, but I kind of feel like pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. It sounds more along the lines of something that you hear along the lines of Baby Shark.
I was thinking more like Justin Timberlake. That sounds like that is shite.
I don't know. You see, I think Justin Trouser Snake's got a bit of a bad rep, but I think some of his stuff, some of his music's actually all right. Some, it's all right for it being pop music. I'm not saying it's amazing, but the fact that he was involved in stuff by The Lonely Isle, and apparently it was Justin Trouser Snake that wrote Mother Lover. He's got my respect for that.
I've got him mixed up with that other prick from Canada.
Yes, yeah.
Who am I on? You know who I'm on about.
I know who you're on about. Yes.
Oh, what's he called? It's not Justin Timberlake, is it? No.
Actually, from Canada. Yes, Bieber. Yes.
That's the guy. That's who I meant.
Yes.
Bieber. Yeah, that's who I meant. Not just.
Yeah. Yeah.
I read somewhere they were trying to get him onto a paintball.
Oh, they didn't just try, mate. He actually played. This was like a long time ago now, but there is actually photos of Justin Bieber all kitted out in paintball playing gear, at a paintball field. Marker gear. The only thing he didn't have on at the time was his mask, because obviously you've got to see his face to know that's actually him. And people did give him shit, and people complained about it. Now I totally agree. Yes, he's an annoying, arrogant little shit from everything that I've seen. But the fact that there's loads of people follow him, and there's loads of people want to do what he does and want to wear what he wears, and be basically him, or it's like there's a lot of people either want to be with him or be him.
Yeah, but it's all 16-year-old girls, isn't it?
If it gets more people into paintball, mate, I don't care if they're 16-year-old girls. It's if there's more no, in all honesty, if there's fucking hell, Albert. If there's more people playing paintball, I don't care who it is, as long as they are playing paintball and playing it legitimately. I don't want people just running around shooting people up in their back streets or anything like that, or in their local streets. I don't want people like abusing the game that we all love to play. I want people to play paintball legitimately. And if Justin Bieber playing paintball means that happens, then I'm prepared to accept that. And hopefully one day I would get to shoot him and not go to prison for it. That's the way I kind of view it. But it's the same for a lot of celebrities. Now, Bill Bailey, yeah, he's pretty cool. I think he's great as a comedian. Now, there is probably people that will think that he is pretty naff. But you've got like Bill Bailey, yeah, no problem with him playing paintball. There was the rapper that Wolf was kind of getting in touch with a while ago, who he started off where I don't even know if he's still playing or not. In fact, I might actually message Wolf and see if that paintball that is actually still playing. If that rapper is still playing paintball, but he got in touch with this guy a while back because he was doing stuff like just shooting his paintball guns in the street because he didn't know any better.
Yeah, I know who you're on about.
Yeah. Now I can't remember what the guy's name was that was doing this, but if he's still playing paintball, as far as I'm concerned, the more celebrities that we get on side playing paintball, the better it is for paintball as a whole. You know, there was a football team in America, and I'm saying American football. I think it was an American football team that they went out and played paintball properly, and there was even articles wrote afterwards about how playing paintball encouraged them to do better as a team afterwards. If that's
I know. I think there's most football teams in the UK have went and did it.
Yeah.
I know Man United have. I know Chelsea have. I know Arsenal have. But mainly at Mayhem.
Yeah. Well, that's it. I think Mayhem, because like you said, because of the location of it, it's very close down to London. So, and it's a very well loved site and very popular site. Is well loved and popular the same thing?
Yeah,
I suppose it is. But you know what I mean. So, because it's a very popular site, that's obviously where celebrities are going to go. Now, that unfortunately quite often tends, and it's not because they're popular, but it's because they're well known, will quite often be the case with Delta Force sites. Now, I still maintain that although I do not like Delta Force's business practice, the fact that they get people sometimes their first taste of paintball is fantastic. Now, it is rubbish in the way that people will go there, they try paintball and they go, I'm not playing this is far too expensive. Now, that's not an issue for a pro footballer, but for a kid that wants to get into paintball, that can be the difference between make or break for it. And then they'll go off and they'll play airsoft instead because it's far, far cheaper.
No, stop swearing.
I know. But that is genuinely the case. And if instead you have those kids go over and play paintball at a regular site who, it's explain, who are prepared to actually talk to kids about paintball and explain that, look, this isn't what paintball costs if you start playing it for yourself. Instead, if you're not playing it at like a rental field, it's not going to cost anything like what you're paying here. It's kind of like going to a pub and ordering a pint. You're not going to pay the same for a pint at a pub as what you might pay for like 6 cans that you're going to take to a barbecue with your mates, are you? If you know what I mean, anyway.
Yeah. I get you.
Yeah. You can have a lot. You're gonna have a lot of fun going to a barbecue with your mates and having a couple of cans there, where you might not have as much fun going to a pub by yourself, or like there being 2 of you. If the analogy holds up.
Right, here we go. Can you? This is how God knows what I'm actually playing here. This is that unicorn thing. Can you hear it?
I can hear the riff of it, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough for me. Pile of shite.
I might have a listen to it later on. I'm not making any promises, but I might. I probably will, in all fairness.
Nah.
Right, I'm not sure. I'm waiting for... Right. I've just got a message there of something. Just got a message off Dave there about batteries.
Batteries?
Yes. What are they? Ultra Life. 9 volts for... Is it 12 volts for... Is it 12 volt the one that you put in a car? 9 volts the one that you put in a, put in a gun. Yeah, you probably don't want to be hooking a 12 volt up to a marker. But
that'd be funny.
The square ones that you run that you stick in paintball guns.
9
Ultra
volt.
Life. He says his best batteries for Electro Marquez. He's been running the same batteries for nearly 3 years and
Swear
still
again.
going strong.
Electro, swear word.
Yes. Well, Albert, I really think that we're going to have to like stick an E-blade on a pump for you. Just so you can have an electronic marker that you pump.
I told you I want a giggity gig.
Yes, we are going to have to sort that out for you as well at some point. He says, well worth the cost. It's 10 for 51 quid.
What?
What's that? Like £5.20 per battery? Jesus! I'll play pump. I'll save the money in the long run. I'm just trying to see if I've got anything else.
Sorry, but no, that is ridiculous price for a battery.
Jesus, 51 quid for 10 batteries.
£5.20
per battery. Now, granted, if it's been in his gun for 3 years, now that isn't actually all that bad. And if they're that good for my Mask fans and my JTs, that could be pretty damn good.
I've been good paying 99 pence and on bargains, man.
Yeah, but how long do they last though? Say they've died, the battery's drained by the time you get them home.
No, I get a day out with them.
Yeah. Well, I suppose that's what you want, isn't it? But is that 99p per battery or is it 99p for a pack of 12?
99 pence for a 9-volt, but I haven't bought one in a while. Cause I used to put that in my Revy. Mind saying that,
Yeah.
I used to get 3 events out my Revy.
Yeah. Is a Revy 1 battery or 2? I think it's only 1 battery, isn't it?
One 9-volt. And my double A's, I have my Rotor. They're Panasonic, and they were 149. And the last time I replaced them was Speed.
Yeah.
So I'm getting Speed Weekend. I'm getting 2 walk-ons.
Yeah.
And the Glenfiddich Classic out of it.
Yeah, that is pretty good for that. But mind, I must say, the batteries and rotors just last for years. It's not very often that I change batteries in my rotor. But Colin says bloody tight northerners. So haha, Colin, we've got you. You're admitting you're not a northerner now.
I just got him a Yorkshireman. That pisses him off.
Yeah. Colin says Revy was 2 9-volt PP3. I think it depends on how old of a Revy you're going for. If you're going for like the proper classic Revies, like the proper V-loader Revolutions, they did just have a 1 harness on them for to run 1 battery. Now I believe that there was some got modified so you could run 2 batteries on them, because I'm pretty sure I have one of those somewhere. I'm not sure if it's in here. I think it might actually be in a bag over here. Give us 1 second.
Mine was 1. The one I've got is a 1. Paul's saying the Revies were either 1 or 2, depending on model and age.
Right.
But I had one with the ideas of cutting the end off and plastic welding it back on to make it into a little 100-round hopper.
Yeah. I must admit there, Albert, I was away from the camera from my headphones for just a moment.
Paul was saying that depending on age and model, they were either a 1 or a 2 9-volt.
Yeah. Well, actually, give us a sec, yeah. I've got a couple of things that I'll show there in a second, but I think I may still have something else over here. Right.
That sounds really bad.
Right, this is actually a newer Revy, although it only takes 1 battery, and it's one of the Extreme Rage Revy hoppers. So it is a newer one, but I believe only takes 1 9-volt. Now this one, I need to strip down at some point and replace the battery harness on it because it is snapped off, so I need to solder on a new battery harness. And then I might ask Chan if he can make a little replacement battery door for it, and then I might sell it. So there's that. There's an original Viewloader 2000 here, which has been, I think, it's got the shredder adapter on it. No? So, if I show that there. Now, yes, this is a bit battered and stuff, but obviously this has been modified. It's an aftermarket part, but that, I believe, can take a second battery in it. And it's also got a little pouch on the side there, which I don't know if that's actually for a second battery or what that's for. I got this in a bulk deal with a load of gear, so I don't actually know what the full crack is with it. But yeah, and they were both sort of older Revies, but then you go for the newer Revy, which is the Empire Revolution Hopper, I believe. One of the newer style ones, which slots for 2 9-volt batteries. So there you go. And that's one of the newer Revolution Hoppers, which I've got, like, I think I've got 3 of these, or maybe 4 of them. That in fact, I've got 2 of these ones. I don't even know if I've tested these ones.
Well, I got a one given with the idea of I was going to chop the front of it off.
Yeah.
And then shorten it down and re-weld it back on to make it into a smaller hopper, but it was absolutely immaculate. It never ever been used, and I just couldn't bring myself to sort it into bits.
Paul says the shredder had 2 batteries running at 18 volts, but burnt the motors out. They then regulated them down to 12 volts. So, right. Well, thank you very much for the information on that one there, Paul. Colin says the Pinocchio is the best hopper he ever used. Is that a new Pinocchio or an old style Pinocchio, Colin?
I'm sorry, I ain't a fan.
You know what it is? I didn't like the old Pinocchios, really. The way that they kind of hung right back, it was very reminiscent of the egg hopper. At least to me, it reminded us of the old egg hoppers. But I didn't like the nose cone on the. I wasn't a big fan of the nose cone on the Pinocchio, on the original Pinocchios. It just seemed like they never properly meshed up. But the new Pinocchios with just the stock shell on it, for lack of a better way of saying, it looks kind of cool. It looks like a little spaceship. Now, yes, it does still hang back, if I remember correctly, but it all seems to be a lot more sort of sleek. And it also weighs next to nothing.
Have you actually seen one in person?
Yeah. Colin had one on his. Was it the VXR, the Tipman crossover thing? He had that. It was the Tipman crossover, the VXR or whatever it was, or XVR, or I can't remember. He had a Pinocchio hopper and a fuel air tank, and the marker, it felt like it was going to float away. There was no weight to it whatsoever.
Is that the HK Army Pinocchio?
I don't know if it's the HK Army one, but it was the newer style Pinocchio hopper, and it was just incredibly light.
Because HK Army do the Pinocchio now.
Right.
And sorry, the build quality on it is shit.
No, this was
very
probably
cheap
about
plastic.
5 years ago.
All right, so we're talking with HK Army. Bought it last year.
Right.
The lid on it is flimsy, cheap. Like plastic that a decent shot that would smash.
Yeah, that's not
good. The same with the whole thing. It was just, I know it sounds daft. Plastic is cheap, but you know how you have different grades of plastic.
Yes.
Like if you compared it, say, to a rotor, where it is like really high quality.
Oh yeah.
Hard. I mean, they set them things on fire. They threw them. But the buildings now, if you've got an HK Army one, I reckon if you dropped it from shoulder height, it would smash.
Yeah. Well,
it's
that's
really cheap plastic.
Yeah.
The lid on it is reminds me of an old, the old see-through Halo.
Yeah.
Lid with the not before the magnets, the clip-on ones. That reminds me of one of them. And the seam along the front where the extra nose cone goes, I can see paint getting in there. There's
Yeah.
a big gap. So, and that's where you're going to get breaks on the front of your hopper.
Yeah.
And I could, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Colin saying it was pre-HK Army. Yeah,
Yeah.
they were all right, but yeah, since HK took over, for the money, I've seen one, and yeah, I think the build quality is cack basically.
Yeah. It's a shame because I think that the generation that Colin had was a fantastic hopper. I mean, it was straightforward. I believe it was just a case of flick it on and it turned on, flick it off and it turned off. There wasn't, I know that the die rotor does that as well, but it was also cheaper than the rotor. I believe it was around, but at the time it was about £100, where the die rotor was around about 160 at the time. It was something like that, and it's such a lightweight hopper, but it still seemed to have a reasonably good build quality to it as well. I mean, it wasn't like possibly the best that there was, but it was something I would have trusted to have on a marker and not fly to bits, the first time you use it. But as far as what you're saying about the old school, the die rotor tests, now you can probably remember, just like me, the test footage that Die put up of them abusing a rotor, where they blowtorched the insides. The only thing they didn't do was they didn't burn the batteries, because they said, and granted, I've got to give them it, they didn't make the batteries, so they couldn't vouch for them. But the blowtorched the insides, they submerged the hopper in water, they dropped it out of like a 3-story window or something out onto concrete, and it bounced off and then turned on and continued working. It just kept going and going and going. The die rotor, in my opinion, the first generation, was an amazing hopper, and still, I think I said it at GCC. My rotor has, up until GCC, had only ever jammed once, and it has still got the original internals in from when they were first released. I never had any of these shark fins or anything that I put inside. It was the stock internals from when they were first released, and it has always ran flawlessly apart from once, and it was because I was using incredibly bad paint. It was just a fantastic hopper. I might not like die markers, but the hoppers that they made were flawless in my opinion.
Well, didn't they not release the original rotor but cheaper? I think we're on about the 4th generation now, aren't we? But then they brought out the rotor, and then they give it a couple of initials behind it, and basically it was the 1st gen rotor. They just took the little bit of glass out the side where you can see if the paintballs is in,
which I always thought was pointless anyway, to be honest.
Yeah, but basically, generation 1. But then they were selling them for I think it was all about £90. But how much did the rotors jump in price when they first come out?
Christ, that was unbelievable.
When they first came out, how much were they selling for? £80?
I believe I got mine for 70 through a trade deal.
Yep.
It was slightly discounted because it was getting bought on like a trade deal or something like that.
They shot up to over £100.
Yeah. I believe, did they not go up to about 150 quid within a couple of months of them being released? Because I think Die realised, oh my god, this is a product that people love.
And I've still got mine. I absolutely love it. Yeah.
Well, this is it. I think mine is on its way out, to be perfectly honest, but it still works, so I'm going to continue to use it. And I will continue to use it until it does die. And then when it does die, I'm going to do whatever I can to try and get it up and running again.
I bet it won't be hard.
Even if it means just getting, bypassing all of the electronics and getting Chan to, solder. Right, I can do the soldering, but if I get him at 3D printers a button or something to just stick onto the back of the where the old button was, I'll do that. Because as long as it works, as long as it can feed paint, the feeding mechanism and everything has just always been absolutely fine.
I think Chan should try and make a little 100-round shell for the rotor.
Well, there is actually some. I'm not sure if they're open source or not, but there has been people made 100-round hoppers, 100-round shells for the rotor before, and I think they are fantastic. To be perfectly honest, they're a little bit rough and ready, the ones I've seen, but if it works, then you can't fault that, can you? The thing is, they always kind of seem, like the ones that I've seen, they're a bit, you know, like the Pico has like that nice sort of curve on the front, and it looks like a proper hopper, just kind of reduced in size. Almost like what the, was the Prophecy when it had the small nose going? It looks...
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, the Pico loader looks a bit like that. But with the die printed, with the shells have been printed for the rotor, they always kind of just seem like a pot that's just been stuck on top of the gun, which, you know, for a little bit of finesse, I think there could be a lot more done, but I'm not really sure how to put it. Could be done a little bit tidier.
I've sent you 2 pictures of the new Pinocchio speed loader from HK.
Right.
And you'll see what I mean about the lid. And the front nose cone, how where it comes off, I can see paint going into that.
Yeah.
It just looks cheap.
You know what it is? It does. I mean, I don't know if... I think there's a possibility for paint to get in through the split, but
no, definitely. I've actually seen these up close, and I've handled one.
Yeah.
And it's they're saying because it's keyless, toolless to take it off. It's just a matter of pop, and paint will get in it without a doubt.
You see, that to me, it doesn't look that much different to the one that Colin had, but it looks different enough that it's not the same. If that makes any sense whatsoever. I don't know if I don't like that. It's, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it's not the same.
Definitely not.
Nah.
And it's they still do the old one. That one is £72.
Yeah.
Which I suppose that's not it's not an expensive marker. But
No.
I've also seen the internals, and the internals it is just an aggravated hopper, so it's basically like a Revy inside.
Yeah. Well, that was it, I believe, with the original Pinocchio as well. It was pretty much just it was just an Eggy, really, or. Because I wouldn't say it was just an agitated, because an agitated is basically just like a paddle just to make sure that the paint's keep moving, like a Revy. But you've then got more like the egg, which it did have a chamber for the paint to drop into, but then it kept it moving as well. So you could have things like popcorning happen, which you also had to happen with Revies. You know, unless you turned your hopper off, it would just keep bouncing and spinning.
The old style Pinocchio, they're £90.
Right.
So they still do sell them, but I don't know if that's a limited number. This is obviously on BZ.
Can you get a screen cap of those? And I'll try and show both. If you can send right. Aha, it looks like Colin's actually sent one there. You see, now that isn't massively different, but
that's with with his on his gun as
with
2 seconds. I'll get this spare one off BZ's site.
Right.
2 seconds.
Yeah, it just, I don't know what it is, but the old one just looks, it looks better, yeah.
Without a doubt.
I mean, you understand what I mean, where it doesn't look like it's a massive amount different. Now, it could be because the stuff on the BZ pages is more promo stuff. I'm just going to shut that door. It could be because they're promo photos and not actually photos on a marker, but it just looks, the one on Colin's marker there just looks better to me. Right, so... also, I'm just going to try and find the YouTube thing here again. Alexa says, Albert, I like you more than him for actually opening the song. Ooh. Gibbs, man. We're trying to leave that door closed. Wait, leave that there. Go on.
Talking to the imaginary dog again, are we,
Yes,
Dex?
imaginary dog. Come on. Come on up. Yeah. Come here. Come on. Come here. Oh, come here. Yes, imaginary dog doesn't want to come on camera, as per usual. I think I'm actually just going to have to do a stream where, like, I'm probably going to have to, like, put a camera over here or something.
Just the dog and you talking.
Yeah. I'm going to have to put, like, a camera over here so that you can see my streaming setup while I'm streaming. And then you'll see him coming in and out of the room. Right, what we got? Colin saying that the Pinocchio is the best hopper he ever used. Be incredible on an EMAC, crazy light and touch, feel the balls feeding.
Hey, go. I've sent you the picture of the old one as well as the newer version of it. I think, I'm not sure, but I think the newer one, you have to pay for the nose cone extra, where the old one, it comes with the nose cone.
Yeah, Colin's saying the newer speed is crazy light but never had nose. Also was pre-HK Army takeover. The speed when it came out was cheap plastic, but was the flexible stuff more like the same as the PAL loader? Alright.
Yeah, it is cheap shite. But you definitely can get the nose cone to go on the speed.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't like the idea of having to buy it separate. Although then again that would account for like the 30 quid difference, wouldn't it? Between the original and the newer one. Right, so looking at that there. Yeah, you see, that was the original there. That was the proper original that you've shared the link to. That's not the Pinocchio speed. I think that's just the Pinocchio, is it? So I'll try.
Well, that's the HK Army Pinocchio hopper in black.
Yeah. Right.
The other one is HK Army Speed Pinocchio.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the speed, right? I'm gonna try. I don't know if I want to just. I don't know if I want to go over.
Here's where the stream goes. Click.
So. I don't, because I haven't set up the other stuff. I don't really want to just like click over onto the different screen, because I don't know what it'll actually share. I don't want it to just share like my Facebook page or something like that. Although I suppose I haven't really got anything that.
As long as you've got any dwarf porn on there, you're alright.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know what'll happen if I haven't got any other windows open apart from that. So share screen. Yeah, there we go. Worked first time. Get in. Right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, the original Pinocchio. Yeah, so that was the original Pinocchio when it came out, and then the Pinocchio with the nose cone, which the nose cone on that, whenever it actually had paint in it, it always seemed to kind of droop down a little bit. But then moving on from that, you had that one. That was the Pinocchio from around about 5 years ago, which, like I said, it's kind of an awkward one to see, but for skip on to the next photo, it just seems to me slightly different to the newer one. But that may be because these are photos of it actually being used in a setup, but not actually. These are like real photos as opposed to promo photos. But then if you move over onto this stuff, these are promo photos that have been shot for sale, and I don't know. I just don't know what it is. It just doesn't seem. That just doesn't seem as nice to us as that. I don't know what it is. I'm a bit weird like that. Right, so I'm back over onto the main screen there. I don't know, Albert, were you talking there at all or not? 'Cause I
I'm
don't.
not a fan.
Were you talking there before?
But I must admit, I'm a little bit. It's not biased. It's not the word I'm thinking of.
Right, Albert, were you talking before there when I was showing those photos? Hello. Hello, Albert. I think I've lost him. Oh no. Right. Well, you're still in the chat section here, Albert. Have I lost you off? Hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that I have lost Albert. So I'll go through some of these comments and see if he rejoins me. Oh god, the old style was hard plastic and cracked on the feed neck. Yeah, that's along the same sort of lines as the original Pinocchio. The original Egg Hopper. The original Egg Hopper did not handle the weight well, so the weight distribution on the feed neck very well. The R2 came out, then the Ruta LVL, I believe. The Ruta. I'm not sure what hopper that was. Um, the Rotor LVL, right. Luke did a shell for the Rotor. Nice. It was super low profile, and pics have been sent. Is that pics of the original Rotor? Oh, sorry, the original thingy. Yes. Right, Albert. Tell you what. Try rejoining the chat and see what happens. Or have we? Albert, you're offline. That's unfortunate. Get rejoined in the chat. It was super low profile. Right, well, I need to see photos of this shell for the Rotor. Colin says, and it looks like a boat more so than the Spire. Yeah, I think there's a lot of hoppers now do kind of look like speedboats. I think to be honest, that's kind of been true for a while, but especially with things like the Spire and the LVL and things like that, they do look a bit like speedboats. But yes, as Colin says, that was the old school one, the original Pinocchio. That was probably the original Pinocchio was probably about 8 years ago, maybe. I'd guess. But yes, anyway. Well, seeing as we have lost Albert for the night, it seems. This is the technical problem broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. So of course we would lose party members as time goes on. But anyway, it is getting on tonight. It is now knocking on 10 o'clock at night. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to end the stream about now. It has been a pleasure to entertain you all, as always. It has been my pleasure, and I'm sure Albert would say the same if he was here. But thank you very much for watching. It's like I said, all I can really say is that it's a pleasure to entertain you all. It makes me happy that I make you all happy. And I shall catch you next time. If I can actually find what I want to do. Thank you all. And I'll see you Wednesday night.
Hello?